Right, it's time for today's special focus report now. The sun seekers among you will know that Spain's Canary Isles are a popular tourist destination offering year-round sun, sea and sand, but they could be about to gain a new string to their bow as a sustainable energy groundbreaker. The most western island, El Hierro, is now home to a pioneering wind and sea power plant, and it is aiming to become 100% energy self-sufficient. Our Madrid correspondents Valérie Labonne and Sarah Morris with this report.
The island of El Hierro, 300 square kilometres of land buffeted by the winds of the Atlantic, an inexhaustible source of renewable energy that islanders are now putting to good use. This is the first power station of its kind. 5 wind turbines and 2 basins of water hollowed out from volcanic craters provide uninterrupted energy. Juan Manuel tells us what happens when the wind dies down.
The water we've accumulated in the upper tank acts as an energy reserve. When it's released, the water comes down here, passes through the turbines generating electricity. Then we store the water here in this basin.
And when the wind is stronger and there's surplus energy, the flow of the water is reversed.
We use the pumps to drive the water up from the lower basin to the upper basin in order to have another energy reserve.
Opened this summer, this power plant is a pilot funded by the Spanish government to the tune of 35 million euros.
There are already wind turbines, hydraulic power plants, and pump systems elsewhere. Each one of those systems has been well developed around the world, but the combination of these 3 systems, particularly the use of wind energy with water, doesn't exist anywhere else.
By 2015, the island will be totally self-sufficient in energy. The fossil fuel plant here will be switched off. And El Hierro won't have to import 6,000 tons of diesel a year, part of which it uses to produce drinking water for the island's 11,000 residents.
At the moment, we provide 3 million cubic meters of water to El Hierro a year. 60% of that comes from wells, directly connected to our volcanic island's groundwater. And the other 40% comes from seawater.
Until now, the 3 water desalination plants were driven by fossil fuel. Very soon, they'll be driven by electricity from renewable energy. That means the island's government will make substantial savings for the public purse. The residents of El Hierro have long dreamt of living on an unpolluted island. Amos has a hotel and is proud to see his homeland taking part in a project that will make it unique.
Yes, it's a dream for me. 30 years ago, we began working on this project, and today it's become reality. Today, I no longer feel isolated. If there is a problem in the world with oil, we don't need to start worrying.
The opening of the new power plant won't lead to cheaper energy prices, but that doesn't worry him.
We have to pay for electricity like they do in Madrid or Barcelona. It's the same. But because here the island's government has a majority stake in the plant, they'll be able to sell electricity to the operator. And we think that'll save 4 million euros a year that will be reinvested in social projects.
Green energy is also good news for tourism. Amos is even renting out electric bikes. The next challenge for the island is to move over to non-polluting forms of transport. The goal is to replace all El Hierro's cars with electric vehicles by 2020. Antonio is one of the first to make the switch.
We've decided to invest in this car to make our contribution to the island, with the goal being to make the most of the energy provided by nature.
He recharges his car at a point installed by the town hall. In order to further minimise pollution, El Hierro recycles all its natural waste and promotes organic farming. The authorities are offering young people like Lydia land at extremely low rents. Lydia began growing produce a few months ago with 2 friends.
There are 10 of us who share this greenhouse at the moment, and of course everything is organic.
Lydia sells her vegetables to supermarkets on the island. She wants to persuade as many residents here to go organic as possible so she can make a living from her new venture.
If we do well, we'll soon be able to pay for 3 salaries for 3 people. When we finish the outside, the hardest job, we think it'll take us about a year if everything goes well.
80% of El Hierro was declared a biosphere reserve by UNESCO in 2000. The authorities now want the rest of the island to get the same classification. By becoming the first island to be 100% fueled by renewables, El Hierro wants to attract tourists, but above all, to become a model of sustainable living.